Könnte auch schlimmer sein.
Halt!
Oh. Eine neue Waifu, ja?
Alphen.
Ich vermute, du bist Alphen aus Orbus Calaglia.
I'm Captain Kisara of the Eldermenencia.
Oh.
Just
Fuck, Shionne.
Sarah? No last name would make you a Danon.
So it does. Is that a problem?
The god. Wait, so you're saying the Lord of Eldermenencia has Danons protecting him?
In this country, Danon guardsmen aren't unusual. Everyone who enlists does so of their own free will.
She sounds like she's serious,
Ah, Gott.
Don't your people remember 7 years ago?
Wouldn't you be grateful if you were finally allowed to live as a free person? And for my part, there is no greater honor than being chosen to serve His Excellency, Lord Dohalim. I feel no shame.
Fuck, neue Waifu.
But all of that aside, I came seeking you, Alphen, at Lord Dohalim's behest. He wishes an audience with you.
With us?
Ich kann mir nicht vorstellen, dass wir gegen den antreten, außer halt wirklich.
He awaits you at Autolina Palace. That is, if you choose to accept. I am here only as a messenger, not a kidnapper. Your reply?
All right. We'll meet your lord.
Very well. I shall return and deliver your acceptance. Please don't keep him waiting too long.
Die hat eine nice Rüstung.
Before you go, what lies beyond this point?
A quarry manned by Danon laborers.
Nothing else?
There's a Danon medical facility for the severely ill at the back. However, for sanitation reasons, it's kept off limits.
Ah, okay, da wird irgendwas hinter sein.
Why do you think this Dohalim would want to see us?
It's probably a trap. Still, they already know we're here.
Wie bist du eine Trap, Rinwell?
Stealthy now. We might as well listen to what he has to say. Hey, are you sure about going? What if it's a trap?
Ich will da rein.
back out now.
Da wird irgendwas drin sein. Irgendwie.
We should buckle down.
Ich fühle mich nicht wohl damit.
That Kisara woman.
Diese Kisara, sie klang ziemlich stolz darauf, Dohalim zu dienen, oder?
She still has a
Sie hat immer noch ein René zum Chef. Wo liegt der Unterschied zur Versklavung? Ich habe ihre Stimme wieder vergessen. Die René-herrsche Gesellschaft ist eine
to us, it seems
Mer
natural that those
Meritokratie. Für uns ist ganz natürlich, dass die Oberen über den Recht...
All is the rest of Dana at the end of the day.
Wait.
Just with a different coat of paint.
I guess it can change people's attitudes if they can at least serve someone they respect.
But they're still being deceived. It's obvious that's what's happening.
Rinwell...
On one hand, loyalty really did seem to be genuine. But on the other hand, Calaglia had its fair share of Danons who just accepted Renan rule because it was all they'd ever known. With that in mind, it can be hard to tell if her loyalty truly came about on its own, or if it's just the result
Ich bin mir noch
of subjugation.
unglücklich, unsicher.
It might clear some things up if we hear what Dohalim has to say.
Wahrscheinlich, ja.
You're right. Let's make our way to the palace.
Ich bin mir super unsicher. Also, ich finde, Rinwell tatsächlich ist ein wenig übermütig damit, generell Leute zu verurteilen und mit dem Finger drauf zu zeigen. Das macht sie ja generell ganz gut.
I don't sense any more enemies.
I just don't get it. The Danons have endured years of suffering. How could they just turn around and trust the Renans all of a sudden?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing.
Das ist ganz einfach.
I guess they must have a pretty good reason, right?
Das ist wirklich einfach.
What could erase 300 years of pain and
Wenn sich was ändert und die Bedingungen besser werden.
They suffered for so long that they see Dohalim as something of a savior.
Hey, whose side are you on here, Alphen?
Relax, Rinwell. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't jump to assumptions about
Rinwell ist die naive Seite.
I just don't get it.
Alphen ist einfach so der Optimist, Shionne ist die Realistin und ich will aber noch gucken, was der unten ist. Ah. Ich erkenne Muster. Da können wir später noch runter. Ah geil, das heißt, wir kriegen später noch ein Gebiet, wo wir ein bisschen farmen können. Das ist vielleicht gar nicht so schlecht.
You think it's dangerous to go inside?
It's not a question of danger. We're going inside regardless.
Kisara! Schätzchen! Du bist es wieder. Nachdem sich unsere Wege getrennt hatten, trat die Bürgerschaft mit einer dringenden Petition an mich heran. Laut Doerleben ist momentan beschäftigt, darauf zu reagieren. Daher muss ich dich bitten, zu warten, bis er fertig ist. Okay. Weird.
Pretty fancy place they got here.
Ziemlich viele Wachen hier.
There's no way this isn't a trap.
Das ist eine Frau, ne? Ich hab's mir beinahe gedacht. Ist es eine Frau oder ein Mann?
Your guest, my lord.
Thank you.
Ah, ist doch ein Mann. Bin mir kurz nicht sicher.
You're the wielder of the blazing sword.
Du bist der Träger des Flammschwerts, der Befreier Calaglias. Kleidest dich bescheiden für jemand solcher Erhabenheit.
But where am I?
Aber wo sind meine Manieren? Ich bin Herrscher für den Elde Menacea. Ich bin Lord Dorlima El... Wenn du es kennst, sollte dir klar sein, dass es seltsam ist, uns in seinem Palast zu erwarten. Oh, warte, ich will das selber bekommen. Ich habe heute keine Lust zu lesen, tatsächlich.
You did come here to defeat me, did you not?
Perhaps, and what if we did? Are you planning to fight us here?
I don't think that will be necessary. After all, I imagine you've taken in a fair amount of his scent by this point. Have you come across even one slave being abused? Soldiers killing for sport? Suffering of any form? I would hazard that you have not. For I have liberated Menancia from its suffering and brought joy to its people. But if these results are not enough to stay your sword...
Shionne, Schätzchen, nein.
I commend you for your boldness, but it won't work on me. Still, your would-be assassination cannot go unpunished.
Alphen!
Fair enough. Allow me to host you for dinner. We shall continue our talk then. Kelzelik,
Yes, my lord.
please escort our guests if you would be so kind.
As you wish, sire.
Ich bin mir super unsicher. Mich verunsichert einfach diese scheiß Tür da unten.
What you get for being so careless?
What I get? What were you thinking, attacking him on your own?
What are you upset about? Our whole goal is supposed to be overthrowing the lords. Remember?
You could have been hurt.
And it wouldn't have been the first time either. What's gotten into you?
Oh dear.
You do know that Alphen is really just worried about you, right?
He's worried?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But maybe not.
Ich hasse es, wenn dieser Renewal-Blick kommt, ne? Shionne, tickende Zeitbombe. Ja, das ist leider ein Problem bei Shionne. Macht es für dich einfacher, das Überlimit auszulösen? Oh. Ich will erstmal für Lunar Corruption. Hast du noch irgendwas offen? Hast du irgendwas? Nein. Shionne, du bist mir ein Rätsel, also wirklich.
It pains me to see that Renan cuisine isn't to your liking. I asked my chefs to prepare only the finest delicacies available. 2 wasted opportunities.
Die Stimmung ist scheiße.
Danan's here free when you took over.
But you are mistaken. You see, I may rule single-handedly, but on my own, even I cannot change the order of things. But what is within my power is the welfare of the people, the fostering of a mutual respect among the classes. This I can change.
Sounds a lot like the Danans are.
Ach Gott, ey, das ist schwierig.
Continue to serve as laborers, yes. However, I assure you they are fairly compensated for their efforts. This harmony we strive for is the current pinnacle of Ren and Danan coexistence.
Ist das so?
And coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
What about the crown contest? This doesn't exactly make you a shoo-in.
And yet, the Danans here are even more productive than when they used to face daily lashings. In any case, the crown contest is of little importance to me, and even less to Elda Menencia. You see, I have no interest in becoming sovereign.
Ich blick gar nichts. Ich hab so ein ungutes Gefühl, ne? Ich traue dem Ganzen ja so gar nicht gerade über den Weg. Die Choreo ist nicht geil.
Stop this! Please! It's over! Stop!
How could you? I swear, I'll never forgive you for this!
Überzeugt mich nicht. Irgendwie wirkt es nicht gerade aufrichtig. Der Typ wirkt eher eiskalt.
It is not by choice that one assumes the throne of a realm. But sovereign is a different matter entirely. I have no interest in playing their game.
Are you saying you'll withdraw from the contest?
I guess if you don't plan to ascend the throne, there's not much reason to harvest energy from Danans, is there?
Let the ambitious fight it out amongst themselves. All I care for is maintaining peace throughout my realm.
Ich glaubte irgendwie nicht.
So what? Your personal desires are all that matter to you?
Take a look in the mirror. I may not play their games, but you have outright betrayed your own. You've torn down 2 of my fellow lords. What precisely is your aim? Spare me your answer. I care not for your reasons.
Ich schwöre bei Gott, wenn du weiter Shionne angehst, ne? Mach ich dich fertig. Oh, Shionne war die Einzige, die gegessen hat. Interessant.
I suggest you conclude your business and leave Menencia at your earliest convenience. Kelzelik. Our guests depart. Please see to their lodgings for the night.
Ich will wissen, was in dieser blöden Tür ist.
I shall arrange for rooms for you all at a local inn. It is a short ways down the road.
Ich weiß, wo
You
das
may
ist.
stay there for the night, after which I suggest you promptly make your departure.
Das stimmt was nicht.
Damn, look at how ritzy this place is. How many rooms do you think it's got?
Don't you think you're being a little too relaxed? They could strike
Irgendwas stimmt hier nicht. Irgendwas stimmt nicht.
So you're the blazing sword of Calaglia now, huh? Come to think of it, I remember Ganabelt calling you that too.
Yeah, you're getting to be pretty famous among the lords.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing either.
What do you mean? That's something you should be proud of, if anything, Alphen. They're scared of you, man. You're a real badass.
Irgendwie regt mich das zum Nachdenken an gerade.
The more well-known he is, the more people might come after him.
Ach,
That's
papp.
not what I'm worried about.
It isn't?
When people call me that, it feels like there's something hanging over me that shouldn't be there.
Das ist die Last der
hard to put
Erwartung.
into words, but it's something that doesn't feel like a part of me. Something I can't let be a part of me. Or else.
Well, I still think it's pretty amazing, but that's just me.
Ich bin mal gespannt, was noch rauskommt. Wir kennen ja noch nicht seine kompletten Erinnerungen. Deshalb wird es sehr interessant werden, was dir da... Ich schnüffel mal noch ein bisschen rum. Irgendwas passt mir hier nicht und ich weiß nicht, was es ist. Das macht mich wahnsinnig, um ehrlich zu sein. Aber die ganzen Schlösser sind relativ ähnlich aufgebaut, bis auf das erste. War das erste Gunnerbild?
Do you really think we should trust accommodations from a Renin lord? How do we know it's safe?
Like we have any other choice. We can't go and set up camp outside of town at this hour.
Honestly, I'd still take that over staying here. What if they try to kill us in our sleep?
I doubt that's the case. His best chance to kill us would have been back at the palace.
Yep.
His true intentions aside, for now, at least we're in his good books.
Then we probably shouldn't test his patience. Let's find that inn and check in.
Mir passt irgendwas in der gesamten Situation nicht.
It was a tattered blanket, a rock-hard bed, and well past its prime food.
What are you talking about?
What we got for our slave labor back in Calaglia. As you can tell, it wasn't much at all. Here, the Danans get the same basic amenities, but the quality is way better than anything we were given. Hell, apparently they even get time off to do what they want. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how to take all this in.
Could it be that things were simply harsher in Calaglia compared to everywhere else?
It was the same in Cislodia too. Our buildings and clothing were equipped to handle the cold, but that was the only difference. Working the floodlights was a form of punishment, so we didn't really get rewarded for anything that we did.
Yeah, you could be assigned to fix food or make daily necessities too, but when all was said and done, most of that stuff went to the Renins. There wasn't much in the way of compensation for any of that, so I'd say that Cislodia and Calaglia were both pretty awful.
Then Elda really is unusual.
To say the
Cislodia fand ich aber nicht ganz so schlimm wie Calaglia.
Go so far as to call it crazy. But the fact remains, Danans aren't free here.
Yeah, no matter how happy they look, they're still slaves.
I don't even know what to think right now. This is all way too much to deal with. It's giving me a headache. So that was Lord Dohalim, huh? He sure is something. Definitely not like the other lords we've met up until now.
At first, he sounded like just some snobby royal, but he immediately shut down Shionne's surprise attack. He's tougher than he looks.
Definitely. After all, he's a lord for a reason.
The food was pretty damn good, too.
Why are you two complimenting him? You just said it yourself, Alphen. He's a Renin lord.
Yeah, but he didn't act hostile towards us.
You're reading him wrong. He's acting indifferent. He's attempting to keep some distance between himself and everyone else. It's obvious.
What are we going to do then? Vicente seems to be legit peaceful. Are we just gonna do as he says and leave things be?
I'm not entirely sure. For now, I think it would be best for us to rest at the inn and think about our options.